Hello everyone and welcome back to Sudden Wealth. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you do enjoy the content, please consider dropping that like and subscribe. Greatly helps the channel. So thank you very much for your support. So today we crossed Bitcoin 30k once again. That's a big psychological barrier. So it will take some effort to push through it. I do think we should end the year at least at 35k. My opinion, we'll see if I'm right. Then 42k is really the number to watch, because between 40 and 42k, the great majority of market participants will break even and actually turn on green. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen when we get there. Very happy to see that X on Ethereum is something like 80% up on the week. ETHEREUM is doing well. PULSECHAin is pumping as well. PulseChain is pumping as well. So those are my retirement packs. I hope they keep that way. By the way, Bitcoin keeps on outperforming Ethereum. It's a funny thing how that happens at quarter fours of recovery years. I don't know why it happens, but it just does. And big things happened where the XRP dropped the lawsuits against people from Ripple, and pretty much JP Morgan was mentioning that spot ETFs on Bitcoin seem like a given by now. COINBASE legal, their person from legal also think that they are guarantees. Ethereum spot ETFs, they're being talked about as more and more likely. So I do think that as the time is passing, the spot ETF on Bitcoin is becoming more of a certainty and less of a doubt. And I do think the day it gets approved, it's probably going to be a huge pump. But the days that they launch, so the day that the first couple of them launches, will probably be buy the rumor, sell the news event. Now, I cannot guarantee that. I'm not here to give you financial advice. This is what I'm thinking is going to happen. This is the prediction that I'm making. I do think between now and the launch of the ETFs, will probably move up considerably higher. But then, the same as for the halvening, the day of the halvening, the day of the launching of the first ETFs, I do expect some sell down to occur. We'll see if I'm right. And then we should move sideways about 3 months. And then we should start resuming the upward movement into the bull market. Very happy to say that we are still on track in terms of the cycle movements. One thing that I would like to say, you may know that I have 3 strategies. I have the bear case strategy, the base case strategy, and the bull case or blue sky scenario for the next crypto cycle. It's funny because I published that strategy like months and months ago, and I said Bitcoin about 150k would be the base case. I thought that was going to be what the majority of people expected. Guess what? The consensus price of Bitcoin, so the price that the majority of people now think we're going to hit, is 150k. So it's just funny how these things tend to happen a few months after I said something about it. But in any case, that's beyond the point. Now, here's the part that I need to be honest, in the sense of have a transparent approach as why I'm looking at it. So if the majority now think Bitcoin 150k, that tells me that most likely that's not going to happen. So the question now becomes, okay, does that mean that the better case will happen, meaning Bitcoin 90, 95k, everybody's basically, oh my God, 100k is guaranteed, blah, 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 and then we stop there? Or does it mean blue sky scenario and we just go through 150k like it's nothing, and we go straight to the 500,000, 300k to 500k Bitcoin? I don't know. I don't think nobody can know at this stage. It will depend quite heavily on 3 things: how much institutional money comes in, what will be the developments around the SEC going forward with all the other processes, with all the legal disputes. Number 3, how much utilization by companies in terms of issuance of bonds or tokenizing their shares into the blockchain is going to happen. Big question marks. I don't think anybody can tell with a definite certainty at this stage. What I know is my plan is well defined for all the 3 scenarios. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to position myself that if the bear market happens, which I don't want, but if it has, I'm already okay. If we get to the blue sky scenario, oh my God, then you have no idea how okay I'm going to be if that happens. Not because I own Bitcoin. I don't own Bitcoin. Everybody should know what I own because I've already, I've been transparent and I've said that months ago. But if Bitcoin reaches 300 to 500K, then you better believe that altcoins, in my opinion, is only my opinion, never financial advice. I think altcoins, particularly good projects, will pump like crazy. That's my perception. Maybe I'm completely mistaken, but I don't think so. And what else would I like to tell you? Other coins have pumped quite aggressively on the news around Ripple and the SEC giving up, basically surrendering, because the more the SEC loses, this was exactly what I was trying to say. I don't care if you hate Richard Hart, if you hate PulseChain, if you hate PulseX, if you hate X, I don't care. The point is this: if the SEC loses against the accusations they made against Richard Hart, we all win. Regardless if you hate, let's say you love Solana, but you hate Richard Hart. Don't you get it? Solana is also targeted. So Solana will benefit. Why do you think XRP, the SEC surrenders against XRP, Matic, BNB, Solana, they all pump? You see my point? It doesn't matter if you hate these people. I'm not a huge fan of XRP, and I'm certainly not a huge fan of Ripple, who's been dumping billions of XRP on the holders for years. I don't know if they still do it, but they did it for years. That's the point. I don't care if Polygon wins. I don't care. I don't like Polygon that much because of the admin keys, the administrative keys in the system. However, I want all of them. I don't like BNB because about 100 wallets own 99% of it, and they move it around in a bit of suspicious ways. But the point is, if they all win, me owning the other coins, I get happy. So I also win. So in these things, we should be very proactive. We are on the side of crypto. It doesn't matter if you don't like the other communities. It's a bit like, we are all in different tribes, but there's a common enemy. And if that enemy can be defeated, it's actually good for all of us. So I hope that this keeps this way. Now, all of a sudden, by the way, it's just funny. Look at the movements on crypto and on Bitcoin, right on time, right on schedule for the cycle. It's just that people forget how the cycle works. And one thing is, when you look at the cycle in retrospective, right, you say, oh my God, Bitcoin went down 80%, and these altcoins went down 95%, blah, blah, blah. And this took 2.5 years, blah, blah, blah. But one thing is to see it and to analyze it from an historical perspective. Very different than when you live it and you see your wallet going down and down for a long time. And then you see the sideways movement going nowhere for weeks and weeks and weeks. And you start wondering, is this really going to recover? Is the cycle going to repeat? Oh my God, what's going to happen? This is terrible. So all my urges, so I'm telling you my experience with the bear market, okay? All my urges are telling me, don't buy, sell, cut your losses, blah, blah, whatever. And I'm saying to myself, okay, I need to do the opposite of my instincts are telling me, because people want to buy when they see the green candles, and people want to sell when they see the red candles. very few people know to buy when they see them, the red ones, and to sell when they see the green ones. So I tried to convince myself and accumulate as much as I could every time I saw these huge sell-offs. So that is my strategy, not advocating it for anybody, not telling anybody. What I can tell you is this. One thing is to look at the developments from an historical perspective, but living them throughout the period of 2.5 years, day by day, seeing it, you start to understand why, even if the cycles are, repeating and seeable, but you see when you live it, how tough it really is. But I think we're gonna make it. I think we'll do well. And I hope everybody succeeds and that we have a huge party in 2025. So thank you very much, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.